This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's October 31st, 2018. Happy Halloween. This is John Frenay, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. The Annapolis City Police are investigating a shooting that occurred last night in the unit block of Ben's Drive in the Eastport section of Annapolis. Officers responded at about 7:48 to discover a man who appeared to have been shot. A Maryland State Police helicopter was dispatched and scheduled to land at Georgetown East Elementary School. While the condition of the victim is currently unknown, we do know that CPR was being administered by medical personnel at the scene. The police did not address whether they had any information on a subject, but from reports of an increased police presence in adjacent neighborhoods and a police helicopter that was circling above the area for more than an hour, it is assumed that the suspect was not located and is actively being sought by authorities. Yesterday morning, Arundel County Police and County Executive Steve Schuh and State's Attorney Wes Adams held a press conference to announce the arrest of 21 individuals involved in a major heroin drug ring. Over the course of the last 8 months, members of the Heroin Task Force, which is comprised of Arundel County Police, Annapolis Police, and Arundel County Sheriff's Office, with the assistance of the HSI in Baltimore, conducted an investigation into drug trafficking operating within Anne Arundel County. Detectives were able to infiltrate the organization, which led them to 21 arrests, 15 search warrants, 9 vehicle seizures, 4 gun seizures, and the seizure of $296,000 in U.S. currency. Drugs that were seized were 1.74 kilograms of fentanyl, 332 grams of heroin, 466 grams of cocaine, 159 grams of bath salts, 26.88 grams of U47700, I'm not quite sure what that is, 8.86 kilograms of xylazine, which is a new drug that's surfaced here in Anne Arundel County, and that is a strong animal tranquilizer, and the street value of those drugs is over $800,000. Big drug ring busted up by Anne Arundel County Police. Good job there. Another pat on the back to Anne Arundel County Police. They made an arrest in the murder of Danielle Gunson, who was murdered in late September. The suspect is identified as Liam Cameron Penn, a 25-year-old from the 2600 block of Bunker Hill Road in Woodstock, Maryland. Now, it's kind of a complicated story, but now Terrence Caruso was discovered shot in the area of St. Stephen's Church Road and Johns Hopkins Road in Crownsville, Maryland on the 27th. He is expected to survive, and the investigation showed that both Gunson and Caruso were together with Penn early that morning. Penn pulled off the roadway in the area of St. Stephen's Church and Johns Hopkins Road and shot Caruso and left him there. He also shot Gunson and transported her to the 100 block of Riverside Road in Baltimore City, where he left the body. Yesterday morning at 2:15 a.m., Anne Arundel County Police, along with Baltimore and Howard County Police, were able to apprehend Penn at his home. He was taken into custody without incident. It is still a very fluid and active investigation, and anybody that has any information is encouraged to call the police department at 410-222-4731. Now, Liam Cameron Penn was charged with murder in the first degree, attempted first degree murder, murder in the second degree, attempted second degree murder, assault first degree, assault in the second degree, and use of a firearm in a felony or violent crime. Penn and Caruso seem to be very close friends, and if you look at their Instagram accounts, we do have some of the screenshots on eyeonannapolis.net. They were posting jovial pictures, getting stoned, joking around just days before the murder and shooting. Last night, the city of Annapolis projected an illumination of the Star of David in honor of the 11 people murdered at the Tree of Life Synagogue in the city of Pittsburgh. This was projected on City Hall at 160 Duke of Gloucester Street. And Mayor Gavin Buckley spoke with Mayor Bill Peduto to extend his sympathies to the victims, their families, and their survivors, as well as the rest of the city. The illumination will last for 11 nights, one night to honor each victim. And on November 1st at 7 p.m., at City Hall, 160 Duke of Gloucester Street, there will be a public vigil to honor the Tree of Life victims. It'll be outside City Hall, and the public is welcome to attend along with religious, civil rights leaders, elected officials, and candidates. Speaking of candidates, the Capitol had an interesting analysis of County Executive Steve Schuh and challenger Schuh Pittman's fundraising over the last period. Schuh has spent almost $1 million in 2 months, and the exact number was $904,000 compared to Pittman's $302,000. Schuh also outraised Pittman $300,000 to $150,000 in that same period. But despite that disparity, there was a poll released on Monday that had this race a virtual heat when you figured in the undecided. The Pittman campaign is claiming that they are within about 1.5 to 2 percentage points. And if that does hold true, it is all the more important that you do get out and vote. And I do want to correct something I said yesterday that was incorrect. Early voting does not go through Friday of this week. It ends Thursday at 8 p.m. Polls are open today and tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So do get out and vote. Early voting is a breeze. There's usually not too many lines. But if you do miss it, there's always November 6th. An unknown substance found in the restroom of a Southwest plane prompted fire crews to meet the aircraft when it landed. BWI Fire Department boarded Flight 239 from San Antonio, Texas, just after 8:30 p.m. on Monday night. And after testing the substance that was discovered in the bathroom, they discovered it to be just little flaky tissues from the tissue box that was hanging on the wall. And for those that were concerned, the aircraft has been cleared to return to service. And that's nothing to sneeze about. I'll tell you what else is not anything to sneeze about. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Make sure that you're recommending us to your friends, colleagues, and coworkers. We would appreciate that. Also, make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we do have updates throughout the day, and I suspect there will be a bunch of them today with the news coming out of yesterday with the drug bust as well as the solving of that murder. Please hang tight. We have George Young with your local DMV weather forecast. He's coming up in just a minute after we hear from Wes Adams.
Hi, Kristen Fleckenstein here. For 20 years, I served as the communications director for the state's attorney's office. I know it takes someone with strength and integrity to lead the office. 4 years ago, voters overwhelmingly elected Wes Adams. He took over an office that had become dysfunctional and lacked trust. Our communities wanted better than what Ann Lightus had to offer. Wes overhauled the office, instituted training for staff, and worked with Governor Hogan to upgrade technology. The results are lower crime rates and safer communities. This race is too important to be based on partisan politics. It's about who will do the job best. That's why County Police endorsed Wes Adams and why he has my vote. As a lifelong county resident and registered Democrat, I'm confident Wes will do what's right for our families. Join me and vote Wes Adams for state's attorney.
Authorized by Friends of Wes Adams. John Spencer, Treasurer.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and here's your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Wednesday, October 31st. We start today about 3 to 4 degrees above average for the month on the whole, and today's temps of 65 to 70 plus degrees will only help lock in October in the record books as a warm month for Annapolis and all of Anne Arundel County. Look for tons of sun and fairly light winds, which will help temps climb daytime highs near 70, and then conditions remain perfect for trick-or-treaters across the region tonight, with 60 to 65 degrees expected between 6 and 9 p.m. Temps likely even warmer tomorrow to start off November with highs 70 to 75 degrees, but breezy conditions will kick back in ahead of a cold front, which will bring rain late Thursday through much of Friday, with continued warm temps on Friday in the 65 to 70 degree range, as rain chances possibly linger into the first half of Saturday before skies clear with cooler highs in the 50s. The upside to the weekend will likely be a very nice sunny and dry Sunday with highs 55 to 60 for the first day of darkness, otherwise known as Standard Time. Okay, that's it for today. Be sure to download our free weather app on all of your devices by searching for DC MDVA Weather in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store so you can always stay weather informed, or follow us on our website at dmvweather.com or on Facebook or Twitter. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Enjoy today's sunny skies and warm temps, as well as all of the Halloween costumes and festivities that take place all over the region. But remember, more so than normal on this special day, with ghouls and goblins and all kinds of other costumed out kids, and probably a few liquored up adults all over the streets in the dark, whatever the weather outside, have fun and be safe.
Imagine your child saying, "Guess what I learned in school today?" At St. Andrews, it happens every day. We asked teachers why.
Our innovative educational approach spans indoors and out with challenging academics that inspire and engage.
In our small classes, we are able to find the learner in every child, from preschool to 8th grade.
See for yourself as St. Andrews hosts an open house at its Edgewater campus, Friday, November 9th from 9 to 11 a.m. or call 410-266-0952 today.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.